Welcome back to Kid Arcade TV, with your host with the most, Kid Arcade. Hey, we got another one for y'all, man. Disturbing band footage of a mass shooter. Let's get into it. Before we do, please like, subscribe, comment. Let us know how we doing. Leave any other suggestions in the comments of what videos you would like for me to react to next. All right, y'all, let's get into this one. God, off the break. Okay. Yeah, he mean
This is
business.
Ethan Blair Miller, and he is about to step into his former workplace, ready to shoot anyone.
Off the break. Ethan Blair Miller. Three names. I don't even know the stats on it, but I think they said most. I don't want to go too far, but and say the wrong thing. But I think it's most. Was it serial killers have three names or something like that? Yeah, but Ethan Blair Miller, man, yeah.
Guessing his way.
First off, I done been mad at my job before, but you gotta be a different type of mad, crazy person to just want to come and shoot up everybody. Like you didn't like nobody, but let's just see. I ain't coming in at the rotisserie chicken.
Ethan sent a chilling message to his family, one that no one would ever want to receive. If you're reading this, then I'm definitely dead. And you wouldn't be lying. Ethan would end up dead, but not from the officer's bullets. Rather from something no one saw coming. However, his classmates had already noticed something very strange about him long before, a behavior that now seems like
What's
a
this?
sign of what was to come. Ethan Blair, an apparently ordinary student, sparked curiosity and even a bit of fear among his peers. Not because he was troublesome or loud, but because of a strange habit. He always carried a notebook in which he wrote obsessively. Every class, every free minute, every break. Ethan filled its pages with enigmatic notes. And little did his classmates know that each day they stayed alive around him was a blessing. But what was he writing? Stories began to circulate among some classmates who claimed to have read one of the pages from his enigmatic notebook. Those words, filled with coldness and contempt, read, "Death. Ah, so peaceful. Death happens every day. Get over it. You want me to feel bad? Well, I don't. Humans are nothing." These phrases caused a stir in the school hallways.
Wait a minute. So, if that's the case, when kill yourself. No, I don't mean no harm. You too. But death, so peaceful. Death happens every day. Get over it. You want me to feel bad? Well, I don't. Humans are nothing. You're a human. So if you have that logic, then why come in a store and try to kill everybody else? Kill yourself.
But what no one knew was that this was nowhere near the most disturbing page in Ethan's notebook. There was one page none of his classmates ever got to read. A page that contained something no one would ever want to discover about a classmate. On it, Ethan wrote, "I'm going to be a school shooter. Crazy. I've had a morbid interest in shootings for a long time, especially Columbine, my last resort. I didn't think it'd ever go this far, but here I am, a fucking pathetic human. I was the quiet kid with anger issues all throughout school, so maybe it's not as much of a surprise to some of you." And he would be right. It wouldn't be much of a surprise, especially for Isaac, his classmate, who, after an altercation at school, ended up getting both of them suspended for a week. But what seemed like a temporary punishment marked the beginning of something much darker. When Isaac got home after the incident, he received a message from Ethan. What he read left him stunned. "I'm gonna shoot you." Isaac responded with disbelief.
Hey man,
"Sure,
these some
shut
of
up."
these kids.
But Ethan insisted on something more direct and terrifying. "You're going to regret it." Time passed, and although Isaac tried not to give it too much importance, the memory of that message haunted him, until one day he saw him again, in the parking lot of Safeway, where Ethan worked. There, the young man once again faced a direct death threat. The experiences Isaac recounts are chilling. especially knowing what Ethan would end up doing weeks later. However, the true revenge Ethan had in mind was against his school. For weeks, he had been writing down his plans for the school shooting and his darkest thoughts, outlining every detail with unsettling precision. According to what he himself stated in his notes, yes, Columbine partially inspired this. I've been interested in the case for a long time.
Columbine. I was in high school when that happened. Yeah, Columbine. No, was I in high school when did Columbine happen? Let me look it up real quick. I just don't get it. Again, you got to walk a mile in somebody else's shoes, understand it. But some of these kids, there's these school shootings. Some of these school shooters, man, I just don't understand. I just don't understand where their head be at. I mean, I guess you can't because I'm not crazy like that. But like, you mean to tell me, like, and I don't want to blame the parents all the time because I'm a parent and we're not with our kids 24/7. You try to raise them the best you can with morals and integrity and honor. For some of us, not all, but some of us raise our kids that way. Most of us, I would like to believe. So, but I can pick up on my child's energy coming in out the house. So you mean to tell me y'all so out of tune with your child that you don't see any anger issues, you don't see any changes in their behavior? One, how are they getting the guns? So either the parents own the guns, buying the kids the guns in some cases where it was gifts, and another mass shooting, the child took the gun that his father bought him as a gift, things of that nature. Again, it's different. I know when you grow up in rural communities and you go hunting with your dad and you do those types of activities. I didn't grow up like that. I grew up in an urban community for a period of time, and then we moved to the suburbs at some point in my life. But most black families from urban, suburban communities, in my experience, being in DC then Maryland, we didn't really do hunting. We didn't go hunting. I'm not against it. To each his own. But I just try to put myself in their shoes. Like if I buy my son an AR-15, assault rifle, long rifle, whatever you want to call it, long gun, handgun, whatever, I'm gonna be monitoring that gun. Period. I don't care if my son's on the honor roll, the nicest, sweetest kid alive. I'm gonna be keeping that gun in my safe, and he won't have the code. I get it for home defense. It's tricky because then home defense, I think about that too because I do have firearm and I'm a supporter of home defense wholeheartedly. I'm a component of it. So, and I'm prior military. So I'm all for having protection for home defense, even for hunting. I just never grew up hunting, but I always wanted to go hunting and learn how to dress a deer and survive in the wilderness. God forbid I would ever have to do it, but I learned some things while I was in the military, but not hunting. You know what I'm saying? I didn't learn how to hunt. But yeah, man, I just don't get the logic in some of these parents. Like how you just don't. You're so out of tune with your kid that you don't even know that they're going through these issues. It's crazy.
And it has provided the blueprint and part of the inspiration.
And Columbine happened in 1999, so I was 1 year. I graduated in 1998, so it happened like a year after school. So, but I remember that. I was like, man, that was the first. I think was that the first? Was that considered the first mass shooting in America? School shooting? Dang, that's crazy.
This school year came to an end.
Wish it wouldn't have been no more after that. Wish that wouldn't have never happened. But the way these school shootings are happening all too often nowadays, it's sad, man. It's sad that that's what these kids feel like they got to resort to. I think it was in the news. Hopefully, I can find that video. Another young lady just got. Did she get arrested? I don't think she committed this school shooting. They caught her before, but the detectives were saying they went in her room. And she had the Columbine pictures on there, of those shooters and all these mass shooters, like she was like the wall of glory or something. Yeah, it's wild. But then again, it goes back. Her parents, how are you not in her room and you just thought those were rock stars, or you just didn't know that those were school shooters that she had on her wall? Like, come on, man. She had a whole mural of it.
After weeks of feeding his anger, Ethan finally reached a conclusion.
I don't want to watch these red people no more.
This time with a specific date. His writings reflect the dark determination that had been festering in his mind for so long. Finally settled on a date for my last day of this hell on earth, the 8th of September, a Thursday, the first day of school for all students at Mountain View High School.
First day of school, man, you trying to kick it off first day.
However, things would take
Oh
a
man,
dramatic turn. Ethan's rage and anger were greater than his patience. After weeks consumed by uncontrollable rage, and feeling trapped in a world he deemed unjust, Ethan couldn't wait any longer. Just 1 week before the date he had originally chosen, on August 27th, he wrote a chilling declaration of intent in his notebook. Fuck it. I'm done waiting. I can't wait any longer. The rage has become uncontrollable, and it can't wait 2 more weeks. Tomorrow, Sunday, August 28th, Doomsday. It came early, fuckers. Fuck this place. I can't stand more than 1 more day of absolute misery. It's fucking dog shit here. The next hours will be like an eternity. His plan, initially scheduled for the first day of school, was brought forward. However, due to the holidays, he made a different decision. He chose his former workplace, the Safeway in Bend, Oregon, as the stage for his revenge. That night, while the world carried on, just hours before...
So that pisses me off even more. So because you couldn't commit the crime at school where you really, with a real rage was triggered from you getting suspended, you decided to go to your job where these people probably, none of them deserve it. Even the kids at school wouldn't have had deserved it if he would have did it at school. Know your job, but it just still doesn't make any rational sense. Like, this is crazy, man.
Wrote what would be some of his final words. It's a strange thing, knowing you'll be dead soon. Your mind and humanity start to play tricks on you. I guess it's the basic pathetic instincts of the human body. Survival, pitiful. I look death in the face daily and welcome its embrace. But something unexpected was about to happen again. His younger brother, whose identity and age have not been publicly revealed, interrupted his plans by reminding him of a promise Ethan had made, that the next day they would watch a football game together in the afternoon. Ethan agreed, and he wasn't lying, because the next day, while the two brothers shared the moment watching the game, everything seemed calm. But when the game ended, Ethan's dark resolve took control once again. With an attitude that raised no suspicion, Ethan gave his brother some cash and asked him to go buy something to drink. While his brother was out, Ethan changed clothes and prepared for what he had called Doomsday. However, what his younger brother didn't know was that it would be the last time he would see him alive. Once he had gotten rid of his brother, Ethan prepared his weapons and headed in a barely discreet manner to his target scenario.
That don't look discreet. He carrying a whole rifle around, man. Y'all should have locked the doors right then. Well, I don't think that would have mattered. He could have just shot through the glass, but dang. Man, I wouldn't have never stopped running, man. Hey, get out the store. Would have been running out the back doors. Why you still right there? She still was right. What you thought you was going to duck behind something that was going to be it? Should have been the fuck out the back of the door, the store.
The curiosity of the Safeway employees nearly cost them their lives. In an instant, the supermarket turned into chaos as gunshots echoed everywhere. The sound of bullets triggered screams and panic, while employees and customers desperately scrambled for cover. Fortunately, up until that moment, no injuries or fatalities had been reported. But that was about to change in the next few seconds.
Hey, hold up. So did he not hear none of these gunshots? He just like leisurely just walking. He must have some earpods in. Hey, better stop listening to earpods out in public nowadays, man. You gotta be aware of what's going on, especially in these rural communities, man. Y'all kids, man, they kids that kill y'all. All jokes aside, I got that from Mike Epps. It's a little joke he say, y'all kids will kill y'all. But nah, all jokes aside, man, I mean, this is sad, but like, you gotta have your head on the swivel out here these days, man. I mean, I'm from a bad place in DC too. Shootings happen, but I don't think I can ever think of a time, not that it's never happened, but I can't think of a time that I've just heard in predominantly black areas where somebody just walked up in a grocery store shooting, or even a school shooting, like like if it's an altercation between a group of people, maybe one or two individuals, yeah, it might be a shooting, but for somebody to just come in and just shoot innocent bystanders just because they're enraged and mad at the world, I just haven't heard it from where I'm from. We got other issues. We got a whole host of other issues, but that's one issue that I'm glad to say we don't got to worry about school shootings, mass school shootings. You know what I'm saying? That's sad. That's great.
Finding shelter was relatively easy. However, for Glenn Bennett, an 84-year-old man, the situation was very different. His limited mobility left him exposed in the chaos. And the first shot struck him, sending him to the ground.
Dang.
But for Ethan, that wasn't enough. With terrifying coldness, Ethan approached the elderly man and, without hesitation, fired 15 more shots at him. Glenn lay motionless on the floor, marking one of the most brutal moments of that night.
Wow.
But as Ethan moved forward in search of more victims, the next encounter would be very different. This time, standing in his path was someone whose legs froze with fear. However, instead of ending their life as he had done with Glenn, something unexpected happened.
Whatever that is rolling, lucky. I'm surprised he didn't turn around and kill the cheese balls. Man, I get it. I get it. Hey, I don't know if any of y'all in this watching has ever been so terrified of anything the way your legs stop moving. I remember one time in my life, 1994. I was 14. First time getting in a little trouble with my friends, doing dumb stuff. Cops came unexpectedly. We didn't know it was a silent alarm. Cops came running. And when I heard them canines, I couldn't move. I never felt nothing like that before then or since then. That amount of fear where when I heard them dogs, and I just couldn't. My mind was like, run. Like my mind is like, run. But my body was just like, I couldn't even, my legs was just jello, just shaking. I'm like, oh shit. Couldn't do nothing, man. I'm telling you. So maybe that's the type of level of fear side. My heart goes out to him, but in all honesty, man, you heard them shots. So he walked through the store. So you heard the other people saying, get out of there. So I don't know how you scared before the shots even started getting into the store, because I'm pretty sure you heard all the commotion from the jump. You're back here, so you have ample amount of time to, even if you couldn't move your legs, slide your ass, back somewhere where you could hide or get somewhere at least. Come on, man. But that's that fight or flight. Some people fight, some people run, some people duck and hide. You don't know how your body, sometimes how you're going to interact, especially if you've never been in a gunfight before. He must like dude. So he not a complete demon.
Away, another scenario was unfolding.
He not a complete demon, because he spared Batman for some strange reason. He must work with him.
Watching Ethan from the shadows. With a knife in hand, the tension grew as he planned each move. waiting for the perfect moment to confront him and put an end to his attack.
Did he shoot though?
"66-year-old Donald Surin Jr., a Korean War survivor."
Oh yeah, he got that old man strength.
While attempting to stop a massacre. However, in doing so, he did stop it. He was the last innocent person to lose their life to Ethan. Not because Ethan wanted to stop, but because the police were already arriving. As the officers approached, the situation became eerily silent. No more gunfire, no sounds of chaos. Just an unsettling stillness. And then, a single gunshot. The echo faded, swallowed by the silence that followed. The officers rushed inside, expecting to face an armed and dangerous shooter. But what they found was something else entirely. That same morning, before everything unfolded, Ethan had written one final message. Words that seemed to foreshadow the inevitable. Why? I can already see all of you asking that question. And the answer is that I have no fucking idea. My head just doesn't fucking work anymore. It's like a living hell. I can never shut my thoughts off. To all my family and friends, I loved all of you too. None of this is your verdict. I chose this 100% on my own. No one else is at fault. So with all of that said, I want you all. And there, in the dimly lit room, the officers finally saw him. Ethan's lifeless body. The massacre had come to an end, but the questions were only beginning.
What you guys?
Dang, that's crazy, man. That's wild. Hey, my heart goes out to those innocent people whose lives he took. The 84-year-old man, the Korean veteran. Terrible, terrible, man. Terrible. And that other dude, I know he feel lucky. The one that he was threatening from school. Oh, man, I know he looked at that like, man, that probably changed his whole perspective on life. Hopefully it motivated him to, go balls to the wall, pause, and live his best life. Because I think that rage was really initially going to be directed towards him and his other classmates. Unfortunate, man. There's so much mental health issues, and it sounded like that young man was going through some mental health issues. Unfortunately, my heart goes out to his little brother. I'm sure that's going to affect him some type of way, and his family and that community. But yeah, my heart goes out to that community, man. I hope I hope the best for that community, and my condolences sincerely, man. But yeah, that's another one down, man, in the books. Kid Arcade, we just getting this party going. Like, subscribe, comment below. Appreciate the support. We here now. We out. Peace. See you on the next one.